Welcome to Space Academy Class 1. I am glad you are here and thank you for your patience awaiting this first episode. This video is the introductory few words from me to all of you. It's short but important. Everything else that will come next relies on it. Enjoy.
So this is life. Your daily routine full of duties, work to sustain yourself day by day, responsibilities, joys, melancholias, constant ups and downs. You push through day in, day out, Christmas after Christmas, Sunday after Sunday, year after year. Days becoming shorter, your life moving in front of your eyes, closer and closer to the final day. It kind of seems to make sense. You can even enjoy it. Who doesn't like the cup of warm tea and snuggle in front of the favorite series? Life can indeed be so pleasant. And yet, despite seeming order, you catch glimpses of gnawing feeling that something doesn't quite fit. Perhaps something missing in the overall picture of life. Why do you feel alone? Why are there so many things you see wrong with the society? Why do you feel out of place? What is all this for? All this effort applied to this one life and then you're gone? Why does it feel like you are missing more pieces of the puzzle? The way your life runs is not enough. What you see around you doesn't always add up. What is really going on, and why so many things feel like there is more to it all, but you are not told what it is? You turn to religions, but it's not really there. Pieces don't fit. You turn towards your friends, but they either are too busy or not preoccupied. Your family, quite the same. If you are lucky, you may find yourself someone, a partner maybe, who accepts the curious spirit within you and might even journey with you. More often than not, though, you feel alone. Something is amiss, and you wish so much you knew what it was. Something is calling within. Society itself doesn't give you answers either. On the contrary, it seems filling everyone with so many temporary temptations, all as if placed there on purpose to keep them away from seeing clearly and exploring deeper meaning of reality around. Or maybe there is nothing there to explore and you are just thinking too much. People around you seem to be doing fine. Then why can't you just be at peace? You try, but you just can't. The constant hamster wheel of life, designed by the society, pulling you in to experience it the way it wants you to experience it, focus on career, money, establishing yourself materially, surrounded by countless gadgets and objects, fast satisfaction, cheap entertainment. Is it really the only way to success in life? Is that really all there is about me? Why are they imposing that on me with such a vigor? Who are they in the first place, and who is orchestrating the way I must live? Who says I must follow, and why do people look down on me if I don't? What is wrong with me to feel that something is not right? Why am I so unfulfilled? And why do I always feel like I must struggle against the flow?
My dear friend, what you feel is so not wrong. It is so right. And I, at Space Academy, will be the first, perhaps, to congratulate you on taking the first step to the greater expansion, feeling that something around you is not right. It is not. And it's people like yourself who do not fit and who do not agree with the imposed so-called reality that are true shifters of worlds, creators of new realities, system busters, even if it's just by feeling at first that you do not fit. As Krishnamurti once said, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. And in this first class, without going into any specific data yet, as it's just introductory, I want you to embrace your feeling of not belonging, of not fully clicking with the ways of the society. Soon enough, you will understand why that is. Who is behind regulating what this life is supposed to be, and why you feel there is more. There is more. And I am so excited to share with you what that more is. Trust your feelings and yourself. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are blessed to feel different. That is a true gift to this planet. And no, I am not going to sell you a new religion or impose a new set of beliefs. In Space Academy, I will simply share what I, and many others who know me and who taught me, believe that is taking place in the world and in the reality you are living in. This is only to offer you a different perspective, information that perhaps you didn't consider yet, but which you have the full right to access. Then you decide yourself, and only yourself, if it helps you understand pieces of your life or not.
Know this. If you feel that governments are hiding shady agendas, then they are. That your educational system is flawed, then it is. That science is biased, then it is. That religions are limited, then they are. That medical corporations are not really there to heal, then they are not. That there is a hidden hand behind it all, keeping your potential and creativity from blossoming. That having to work for survival keeps you slaves so we don't escape to other pursuits. Do not dismiss these feelings in fear of being labeled conspiranoid. All these are extremely valid and important questions to ask. And if your intuition is guiding you to question, do not discard any of it. Your intuition is your roadmap. Nothing external can ever replace that.
Before I let you go, let me introduce you to the experimental section of the classes, and that is Community Workshop, in which several members of our online communities, people like yourself, but perhaps already aware of many aspects of what I'm going to teach you about, will share their own perspective and experience on each of the presented topics. Most of them are not professional speakers and never gave public talks, so be patient. It is the opportunity for them to express what they know, practice sharing their knowledge, and I am grateful to each one of them for contributing to these classes. Thank you.
The first hints that stuff is wrong was my gut feeling as a kid, building up due to like discussions with my parents on just behavioral stuff like why are people behaving mean, and why is it that there are homeless people lying on the streets? Like when you walk through cities and there are just people on the streets like begging for money, and just loads of why questions on apparently normal stuff that just didn't seem right to me. I remember that a nexus point in discovering the way how the world works were video games for me also. Video games as a source of creative minds that give hints through their work. Just one example of this is Metal Gear Solid for me by Hideo Kojima. There was one particular game that was Metal Gear Solid 2, where America is ruled by the organization called Lali Lule Lo, or the Patriots, which instantly resonated with me as a 15-year-old teenager, and I thought this could be very true. My gut feeling just said to myself, like in a way that shook my soul, and yes, this is it. You got it. There's there has to be truth in that. So just something in me told me that.
If you are here watching this video, you are already suspecting at least some part of you already has some feeling that there is something about the way that you see reality and that reality is presented to you that's not really right, that doesn't really fall into place and doesn't really resonate with your deepest wisdom and your intuition. All the violence and war and grief and anger and hatred and injustice that people work and the economies work and governments work and the rules that are made, and from what you have to buy at the supermarket to how you are treated at hospitals and the kind of medicine that we have, whatever it is, I think that there's already a part of you that knows deep inside you that this is not right. The part that knows your potential and what life can really be like. And somehow this life is not that, is in many ways the opposite of that. This world seems all upside down, and deep down inside you there's a voice that tells you this isn't how things are supposed to be. This isn't what life really is like, what love really is like, how our societies and humanity is designed to behave and to be like, how medicine really is, how to really heal, how we should do our economy, right? How we should work with each other. This isn't how it's supposed to be. And most importantly, maybe you have this idea about yourself, that this is not who you are supposed to be. This is not who you are. You are so much more beyond what it feels like you are and beyond what you're made to believe that you are. This physical meat bag, not just a meat bag, it's a body and it's a beautiful, but just this physical body with this ego self and these ideas about your identity and personality. Deep down, you probably already know, a little voice inside you knows that that's not who you truly are. And you are so much more, and you are meant for so much more. You have so much more potential and light inside of you. You might also have convinced yourself that no, this is what life really is. No, this is all that there is to life. This is how humans, this is how human beings are. This is how things are. This is normal, right? Maybe you have convinced yourself of that. Maybe because your whole life you have been facing a reality that's like that. So it's painful, and it's better to think to yourself, oh, this is how things are supposed to be. It's easier than having to fight things and just feel like an outsider and just feel that there's something wrong and you still don't know what and you cannot do anything about it. You have been really well guided into a place where you've almost been forced, even if in a manipulative way, in a hidden way, but forced to accept that this is reality. And that little voice, push it down, suppress it and hide it. And it's not safe for that voice to exist. You shouldn't listen to it. It's wrong. And if you listen to it, you're going to get punished and rejected, which no human being wants. It's one of our biggest fears, being rejected. So we push that little voice, that deep intuition that we have about ourselves and what reality really is. We push it down and hide it forever so that we can continue living in this world. And this is why I don't think you need convincing. As I said, you already know inside of you that this is not the true reality and who you truly are. What I think you need is to be helped to feel safe to hear that voice, to hear the voice inside of you that knows that. And then to feel safe to challenge beliefs and ideas, and then to feel safe to investigate your reality and create your own reality and become who you were meant to be. Our purpose and goal together as this community, as this humanity, should be to make it safe for all of us to start listening to our inner voices and challenge these constructs around us. Make it safe.
Something is definitely not right with the system of things on Earth. It is designed this way, on purpose. And we will be exploring this and so much more, going all the way into space and why it is connected, in many, many future episodes. Stay tuned for future classes. This one is only the beginning of your journey.